best thing about diving in St. Lucia is the brilliance of colors of our reef. We're a little bit, especially in the town of Soufriere. Our dive sites in that area, because of the topography of the bottom, is quite deep, and because of that, you have a lot of cleaning up of our reefs through our currents. The color is amazing, which sort of lends an advantage when comparing us to other islands in the Caribbean. My favorite dive site, and one of the dive sites that it's a must, it's just like when you go to New York, you have to see the Empire State or the Statue of Liberty. You have to dive Superman's Flight when you come to St. Lucia. Superman's Flight got its name from the movie Superman 2. There was a clip where Superman was actually diving down the side of the pitons, and if you dive, you just continue doing the same thing down to 60 feet. It is absolutely amazing. There's always a mild current on that dive, so this is where the term Superman's Flight comes from, in addition to diving. What you do is when you get down, you just relax. If you want to spread your arms like a Superman, like he did, and then whilst you're enjoying viewing all the beautiful reef and different types of fish, you're going to just have that current just slowly drift you down the reef. So it's really an enjoyable and fantastic dive site. The second one for me, my favorite, is also called Coral Gardens. It was one of the first sites that I did when I started diving. And like I said, just amazing color, amazing beauty, it just blew me away. Superman's Flight is at the base of Petit Piton, and Coral Gardens is at the base of Gros Piton. If you're a certified diver, when you come down to the island, we advise you to make an investment in your own dive equipment. The reason being, you try different dive shops, and you always use some other rental equipment, which can work, but it's nothing like having your own pair of shoes. Okay, so invest in your own dive equipment. If you're doing dive training right now and you head back home, there are plenty of dive shops. Scuba Pro is the brand that I recommend, and there are obviously different levels, so you want to do that. In addition to investing in your own dive equipment, you want to ensure that you get very comfortable when you're diving, and one of the ways that you can do that is by taking a PADI course called the Peak Performance Buoyancy Specialty Course, and that is for certified divers. Let's face it, to get certified today, you're not going to be an expert diver tomorrow. So when you reinvest in your education by doing the Peak Performance Buoyancy course, it really helps you balance under the water. So you're not going to be bobbing up and down, overexerting yourself, using up a lot of air, and also avoids you from crashing into the reef. Number one, so you don't damage our very valuable coral, and number two, to protect yourself also from the dangers that can be underwater. In St. Lucia, the epitome of scuba diving is an experience staying at Sandals Resorts International. And the next morning, you gear up yourselves, and you are privileged to be able to enjoy an experience with our amazing professional dive crew on one of the best dive boats internationally known, that's Newton dive boats, that we offer. For ease of entry and exit into the water, for safety, for sturdiness, comfortability, we use also adventurer catamarans as well in some of the other properties. With Sandals, we pride ourselves by serving the highest quality in dive equipment, which is Scuba Pro. In every aspect of our water sports department, we have the best of the equipment used to offer service to folks, okay? So as it relates to our water skiing, it would be Mastercraft boats. As it relates to diving, it would be Scuba Pro equipment and the Newton dive boats. This is the best you can find. So with Sandals, and obviously this is all encompassed by the great and amazing attitude of our dive instructors and our boat captains. Safety for us is paramount. What would make me smile and what makes you smile about St. Lucia is just simple euphoria. St. Lucia is very blessed in that we have a little bit of both. We have the white sand beaches, the black sand beaches, we have the mountains, we have the rivers. Taking a drive down the west coast of this island is absolutely euphoric. It's absolutely relaxing. It tones you down at the end of the week. I do it as a local. On a Sunday, I take a drive down to the west coast, and just driving through the mountains and seeing the waterfalls, especially on a rainy day, it's really a way to just detox and just to relax. So this is the island. You definitely want to make it one of the items on your bucket list before you pass on.